Mike Elsen from Elsen of South Dakota. Live up in northeast South Dakota we're from. I'm on a 4th generation farm. We just celebrated our 125th anniversary last year. We farm about 6,000 acres of corn and soybeans. We used to raise a lot of sunflowers here too. The sclerotinia and the sunflowers was just horrible. We couldn't raise sunflowers anymore. And I think when we started the soybeans, we had some of that sclerotia on that ground yet from the sunflower days. And that's where we started fighting some battles with white mold in those soybean fields. It's really bad. I mean, you see these fields, a lot of times they're your best fields, your best, most fertile land is what really gets infected the worst with white mold. Usually it's your low ground or your richest land. The canopies are heavy. The ground don't dry out below it. And that's your highest yield potential actually in those areas of the field. And when you try to buy a field and it looks so great, and then you go out there and see it's infected with white mold, it really stops your heart almost. It's a real painful thing to see all that top end yield go away from white mold. We had one field that looked like a 60 bushel field in the first part of August. Went and checked the field, and here it was almost 100% infected with white mold. And come back 2 weeks later, it smelled like fresh cut alfalfa, and we harvested that field and only did like 9 bushels an acre. We knew we had to do something. I said I was never going to plant soybeans ever again on that field. We tried fungicides and just couldn't get anything to really give a result that we wanted to. So we planted corn on that field 2 years in a row, and the second year we got severe hail on it, so we had a lot of volunteer corn. Was a concern for the next year. So we had to break down and plant beans on that field again that we just had that 2 years earlier, severe white mold on it. I just had to find something that would work, otherwise I was really worried about that. And I happened to see a Kip Colors testimonial, and he was talking about CONTANS, and I decided to try it from there. I was a little skeptical, I mean, if this would work, since we didn't have much success with anything else. And going throughout the year, we had pretty good rainfall. When the majority of the country was having a drought, we had really excellent conditions, probably some of the best yields potential for corn and beans that we have ever had. So, and then when we got into harvest on them soybeans in that field that was just annihilated with white mold 2 years prior to that, we combined probably some of the best beans we've ever combined come off that field. I mean, it was really shocking. It was a testimonial that the product worked. It gave me confidence in the product. I don't think you could hardly find any white mold out in that field in 2012. It's always hard to find a new product, but after using this product, I mean, I could really see it worked. I mean, we had really good success. If you can gain 10 bushels back in them beans, I mean, you still come out with a pretty good net value at the end.